morning, ladies and gentlemen. All protocol observed. I would like to begin by recognizing and appreciating the CEO, Alhaji Kadunabi Ibrahim Lubega, in his absentia, for his visionary leadership and for granting Adroit Consult International this invaluable opportunity to continuously support these awards. My name is Deborah Mia Pony, and I work with Adroit, the firm that has been supporting these awards for the last few years and supporting the regulator to select some of the most innovative insurance products within the sector today. So as we embark on the 5th edition of these awards, it's crucial to emphasize that identifying excellence demands a robust and transparent set of criteria. So we have designed a set of benchmarks to ensure that the selection processes remain objective, fair, and independent, and focused on actually recognizing initiatives that are genuinely and truly transforming the insurance sector. So based on the different award categories already highlighted, the most innovative solutions for the different players, that is life, non-life, broker, the bank assurance agent, loss assessors, adjusters, and risk advisors, individual insurance agent, InsurTech of the year, and media personality of the year. The different players will receive an email communication that has the overall criteria. So there will be a paper that has the criteria, the mandatory, and then the evaluation criteria. The mandatory criteria represents the criteria that should be followed by each player, each and every player that plans to participate, such that they can be moved on to the evaluation criteria. So among others, the mandatory criteria requires that you're regulated by the regulator, except for the different categories of InsurTech of the year or media personality of the year. It also requires that the innovation being submitted shouldn't have won an accolade in the previous innovation awards, that's from 2020 up to last year. And then it also requires that the different players are operational within Uganda and are providing products and solutions that benefit our Ugandans and persons in need, among others. So that's one, the mandatory criteria. So if the player realizes that they fulfill each and every aspect of the mandatory criteria, then they can select from the different categories such that they can move on to the evaluation criteria. So for each of these categories, there are different questions that align to the criteria document. In the email, you also receive an application form that you are required to fill in line with the criteria presented. So ladies and gentlemen, the 5 themes that are consistent within all the different submission areas are customer centricity, where we are looking at alignment of the innovation to the needs of the different clients, originality of the innovation, how unique is the idea, and what add-on and benefit has a different player provided on the solution, utilization of technology and all the different modern aspects of the innovation, business growth, as we realize that this innovation should contribute to the consumer base, to the player themselves, to the economy and the insurance sector as a whole, and also to the different partners, and then ESG compliance. So when you receive this particular communication, look for the application form and fill it in line with the different criteria. One of the attachments you receive is also a conflict of interest form that requires you to declare that you have no particular conflict of interest, just so that the process remains as transparent and as fair as possible. So within the period of application that has been clarified on up to January 2025, make sure that you submit your application in time to the Adroit email, which will be provided in the letter, and copying in the regulator in your submission. At the end of this period, we shall review, based on the criteria that we have provided transparently, the different submissions. We shall score and rank based on a different rating criteria, and then we shall call the top 5 different solutions from each category for interviews. So these interviews will happen around February of 2025. When we call the different insurance providers for interviews, they'll be allowed to present as creatively as possible, either using a PowerPoint or bringing some of the different persons that have benefited from the solutions to speak to us, to a panel of independently selected judges who will then identify and select the winners in 3 categories: winner, first runner-up, and then the second runner-up. So there are 2 other categories that are presented. One the Judges Special Award. So our